Chapters 46 through 50 of the Book of Genesis, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapters 46 through 50 of Genesis, from the Young's Literal Translation. Chapter 46. And Israel journeyeth, and all that he hath, and cometh in to Beersheba, and sacrificeth sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. And God speaketh to Israel in visions of the night, and saith, Jacob, Jacob! And he saith, Here am I. And he saith, I am God, God of thy father. Be not afraid of going down to Egypt, for a great nation I set thee there. I go down with thee to Egypt, and I also certainly bring thee up, and Joseph doth put his hand on thine eyes. And Jacob riseth from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel bear away Jacob their father, and their infants, and their wives, in the wagons which Pharaoh hath sent to bear him. And they take their cattle, and their goods which they have acquired in the land of Canaan, and come into Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him, his sons, and his sons' sons with him, his daughters, and his sons' daughters, yea, all his seed he brought with him into Egypt. And these are the names of the sons of Israel who are coming into Egypt: Jacob and his sons, Jacob's firstborn, Reuben, and sons of Reuben, Hanok, and Phallu, and Hezron, and Carmi, and sons of Simeon, Jemuel, and Jamin, and Ohad, and Jachin, and Zohar, and Shual, son of the Canaanites, and sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari, and sons of Judah, and Onan, and Shelah, and Pharez, and Zarah. And and Onan die in the land of Canaan. And sons of Pharez are Hezron, and Hamul. And sons of Issachar, Tola, and Phuvah, and Job, and Shimron. And sons of Zebulun, Sered, and Elon, and Jaliel. These are sons of Leah whom she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram, and Dinah his daughter. All the persons of his sons and his daughters are 33. And sons of Gad, Ziphion, and Haggi, Shunai, and Esbon, Eri, and Erodai, and Erelai. And sons of Asher, Jimnah, and Ishua, and Isui, and Beriah, and Sarah their sister. And sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malchiel. These are sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter, and she beareth these to Jacob, 16 persons. Sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. And born to Joseph in the land of Egypt, whom Asenath daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, hath borne to him, are Manasseh and Ephraim. And sons of Benjamin, Bela, and Becher, and Ashbel, Gera, and Naaman, Ehi, and Rosh, Muppim, and Huppim, and Ard. These are sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob. All the persons are 14. And sons of Dan, Hushim. And sons of Naphtali, Jaziel, and Gunai, and Jezer, and Shillem. These are sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, and she beareth these to Jacob. All the persons are 7. All the persons who are coming to Jacob to Egypt, coming out of his thigh, apart from the wives of Jacob's sons, all the persons are 66. And the sons of Joseph who have been born to him in Egypt are 2 persons. All the persons of the house of Jacob who are coming into Egypt are 70. And Judah he hath sent before him unto Joseph, to direct before him to Goshen, and they come into the land of Goshen. And Joseph harnesseth his chariot, and goeth up to meet Israel his father, to Goshen, and appeareth unto him, and falleth on his neck, and weepeth on his neck again. And Israel saith unto Joseph, Let me die this time, after my seeing thy face, for thou art yet alive. And Joseph saith unto his brethren, and unto the house of his father, I go up and declare to Pharaoh, and say unto him, My brethren and the house of my father who are in the land of Canaan have come in unto me. And the men are feeders of a flock, for they have been men of cattle, and their flock and their herd, and all that they have brought. And it hath come to pass when Pharaoh calleth for you, and hath said, What are your works? that ye have said, Thy servants have been men of cattle from our youth, even until now, both we and our fathers; in order that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For the abomination of the Egyptians is every one feeding a flock. Chapter 47. And Joseph cometh and declareth to Pharaoh, and saith, My father and my brethren, and their flock and their herd, and all they have come from the land of Canaan, and lo, they are in the land of Goshen. And out of his brethren he hath taken 5 men, and setteth them before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh saith unto his brethren, What are your works? And they say unto Pharaoh, Thy servants are feeders of a flock, both we and our fathers. And they say unto Pharaoh, To sojourn in the land we have come, for there is no pasture for the flock which thy servants have, for grievous is the famine in the land of Canaan. And now let thy servants, we pray thee, dwell in the land of Goshen. And Pharaoh speaketh unto Joseph, saying, Thy father and thy brethren have come unto thee. The land of Egypt is before thee. In the best of the land cause thy father and thy brethren to dwell. They dwell in the land of Goshen. And if thou hast known, and there are among them men of ability, then thou hast set them heads over the cattle I have. And Joseph bringeth in Jacob his father, and causeth him to stand before Pharaoh. And Jacob blesseth Pharaoh. And Pharaoh saith unto Jacob, How many are the days of the years of thy life? And Jacob saith unto Pharaoh, The days of the years of my sojournings are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not reached the days of the years of the life of my fathers, in the days of their sojournings. And Jacob blesseth Pharaoh, and goeth out from before Pharaoh. And Joseph settleth his father and his brethren, and giveth to them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Rameses, as Pharaoh commanded. And Joseph nourisheth his father and his brethren, and all the house of his father with bread, according to the mouth of the infants. And there is no bread in all the land, for the famine is very grievous, and the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan are feeble because of the famine. And Joseph gathereth all the silver that is found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, for the corn that they are buying. And Joseph bringeth the silver into the house of Pharaoh. And the silver is consumed out of the land of Egypt, and out of the land of Canaan. And all the Egyptians come in unto Joseph, saying, Give to us bread. Why do we die before thee, though the money hath ceased? And Joseph saith, Give your cattle, and I give to you for your cattle, if the money hath ceased. And they bring in their cattle unto Joseph. And Joseph giveth to them bread for the horses, and for the cattle of the flock, and for the cattle of the herd, and for the asses. And he tendeth them with bread for all their cattle during that year. And that year is finished, and they come in unto him on the 2nd year, and say to him, We do not hide from my lord, that since the money hath been finished, and possession of the cattle is unto my lord, there hath not been left before my lord save our bodies and our ground. Why do we die before thine eyes, both we and our ground? Buy us and our ground for food, and we and our ground are servants to Pharaoh. And give seed, and we live, and die not, and the ground is not desolate. And Joseph buyeth all the ground of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians have sold each his field, for the famine hath been severe upon them, and the land becometh Pharaoh's. As to the people, he hath removed them to cities from the one end of the border of Egypt even unto its other end. Only the ground of the priests he hath not bought, for the priests have a portion from Pharaoh, and they have eaten their portion which Pharaoh hath given to them, therefore they have not sold their ground. And Joseph saith unto the people, Lo, I have bought you today, and your ground for Pharaoh. Lo, seed for you, and ye have sown the ground. And it hath come to pass in the increases that ye have given 1/5 to Pharaoh, and 4 of the parts are for yourselves, for seed of the field, and for your food, and for those who are in your houses, and for food for your infants. And they say, Thou hast revived us. We find grace in the eyes of my lord, and have been servants to Pharaoh. And Joseph setteth it for a statute unto this day, concerning the ground of Egypt, that Pharaoh hath 1/5. Only the ground of the priests alone hath not become Pharaoh's. And Israel dwelleth in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen; and they have possession in it, and are fruitful, and multiply exceedingly. And Jacob liveth in the land of Egypt 17 years. And the days of Jacob, the years of his life, are 147 years. And the days of Israel are near to die. And he calleth for his son, for Joseph, and saith to him, If, I pray thee, I have found grace in thine eyes, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. And thou hast done with me kindness and truth. Bury me not, I pray thee, in Egypt. And I have lain with my fathers, and thou hast borne me out of Egypt, and buried me in their burying place. And he saith, I do according to thy word. And he saith, Swear to me. And he sweareth to him. And Israel boweth himself on the head of the bed. Chapter 48. And it cometh to pass after these things, that one saith to Joseph, Lo, thy father is sick. And he taketh his 2 sons with him, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one declareth to Jacob, and saith, Lo, thy son Joseph is coming unto thee. And Israel doth strengthen himself, and sit upon the bed. And Jacob saith unto Joseph, God Almighty hath appeared unto me in Luz, in the land of Canaan, and blesseth me, and saith unto me, Lo, I am making thee fruitful, and have multiplied thee, and given thee for an assembly of peoples, and given this land to thy seed after thee, a possession age-during. And now thy 2 sons, who are born to thee in the land of Egypt, before my coming unto thee to Egypt, mine they are, Ephraim and Manasseh, as Reuben and Simeon, they are mine. And thy family which thou hast begotten after them are thine. By the name of their brethren they are called in their inheritance. And I, in my coming in from Padan Aram, Rachel hath died by me in the land of Canaan, in the way, while yet a kibroth of land, to enter Ephratah. And I bury her there in the way of Ephratah, which is Bethlehem. And Israel seeth the sons of Joseph, and saith, Who are these? And Joseph saith unto his father, They are my sons, whom God hath given to me in this place. And he saith, Bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I bless them. And the eyes of Israel have been heavy from age, he is unable to see. And he bringeth them nigh unto him, and he kisseth them, and cleaveth to them. And Israel saith unto Joseph, To see thy face I had not thought, and lo, God hath shewed me also thy seed. And Joseph bringeth them out from between his knees, and boweth himself on his face to the earth. And Joseph taketh them both, Ephraim in his right hand towards Israel's left, and Manasseh in his left towards Israel's right, and bringeth them nigh to him. And Israel putteth out his right hand, and placeth it upon the head of Ephraim, who is the younger, and his left hand upon the head of Manasseh. He hath guided his hands wisely, for Manasseh is the firstborn. And he blesseth Joseph, and saith, God, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked habitually, God who is feeding me from my being unto this day, the messenger who is redeeming me from all evil doth bless the youths, and my name is called upon them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and they increase into a multitude in the midst of the land. And Joseph seeth that his father setteth his right hand on the head of Ephraim, and it is wrong in his eyes. And he supporteth the hand of his father, to turn it aside from off the head of Ephraim to the head of Manasseh. And Joseph saith unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Set thy right hand on his head. And his father refuseth, and saith, I have known, my son, I have known. He also becometh a people, and he also is great, and yet his young brother is greater than he, and his seed is the fullness of the nations. And he blesseth them in that day, saying, By thee doth Israel bless, saying, God set thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he setteth Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel saith unto Joseph, Lo, I am dying, and God hath been with you, and hath brought you back unto the land of your fathers. And I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I have taken out of the hand of the Amorite by my sword and by my bow. Chapter 49. And Jacob calleth unto his sons, and saith, Be gathered together, and I declare to you that which doth happen with you in the latter end of the days. Be assembled, and hear, sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, my firstborn thou, my power, and beginning of my strength, the abundance of exaltation, and the abundance of strength. Unstable as water, thou art not abundant. For thou hast gone up thy father's bed, then thou hast polluted. My couch he went up. Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of violence, their espousals. Into their secret come not, O my soul. Unto their assembly be not united, O mine honor. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will eradicated a prince. Cursed is their anger, for it is fierce, and their wrath, for it is sharp. I divide them in Jacob, and I scatter them in Israel. Judah, thy brethren praise thee. Thy hand is on the neck of thine enemies. Sons of thy father bow themselves to thee. A lion's whelp is Judah. For prey, my son, thou hast gone up. He hath bent, he hath crouched as a lion, and as a lioness, who causeth him to arise? The scepter turneth not aside from Judah, and a lawgiver from between his feet, till his seed come, and his is the obedience of peoples. Binding to the vine his ass, and to the choice vine the colt of his ass. He hath washed in wine his clothing, and in the blood of grapes his covering. Red are eyes with wine, and white are teeth with milk. Zebulun at a haven of the seas doth dwell, and he is for a haven of ships, and his side is unto Zidon. Issachar is a strong ass, crouching between the two folds. And he seeth rest that it is good, and the land that it is pleasant. And he inclineth his shoulder to bear, and is to tribute a servant. Dan doth judge his people, as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan is a serpent by the way, an adder by the path, which is biting the horse's heels, and its rider falleth backwards. For thy salvation I have waited, Jehovah. Gad, a troop assaulteth him, but he assaulteth last. Out of Asher his bread is fat, and he giveth dainties of a king. Naphtali is a hind sent away, who is giving beauteous young ones. Joseph is a fruitful son by a fountain. Daughters step over the wall, and embitter him. Yea, they have striven, yea, hate him do archers. And his bow abideth in strength. And strengthened are the arms of his hands, by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob. Whence is a shepherd, a son of Israel? By the God of thy father, who helpeth thee, and the mighty one who blesseth thee. Blessings of the heavens from above, blessings of the deep lying under, blessings of breasts and womb. Thy father's blessings have been mighty above the blessings of my progenitors. unto the limit of the heights, age during, they are for the head of Joseph, and for the crown of the one separate from his brethren. Benjamin, a wolf teareth, in the morning he eateth prey, and at evening he apportioneth spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is that which their father hath spoken unto them. And he blesseth them, each according to his blessing he hath blessed them. And he commandeth them, and saith unto them, I am being gathered unto my people. Bury me by my fathers at the cave which is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the cave which is in the field of Machpelah, which is on the front of Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field from Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife. And there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave which is in it is from sons of Heth. And Jacob finisheth commanding his sons, and gathereth up his feet unto the bed, and expireth, and is gathered unto his people. Chapter 50. And Joseph falleth on his father's face, and weepeth over him, and kisseth him. And Joseph commandeth his servants the physicians to embalm his father, and the physicians embalm Israel. And they fulfill for him 40 days, for so they fulfill the days of the embalmed. And the Egyptians weep for him 70 days. And the days of his weeping pass away. And Joseph speaketh unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If, I pray you, I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father caused me to swear, saying, Lo, I am dying. In my burying place which I have prepared for myself in the land of Canaan, there dost thou bury me. And now let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and return. And Pharaoh saith, Go up and bury thy father, as he caused thee to swear. And Joseph goeth up to bury his father, and go up with him do all the servants of Pharaoh, elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph and his brethren, and the house of his father. Only their infants and their flock and their herd have they left in the land of Goshen. And there go up with him both chariot and horsemen, and the camp is very great. And they come unto the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Jordan, and they lament there, a lamentation great and very grievous. And he maketh for his father a mourning 7 days. And the inhabitant of the land, the Canaanite, see the mourning in the threshing floor of Atad, and say, A grievous mourning is this to the Egyptians. Therefore hath one called its name, the mourning of the Egyptians, which is beyond the Jordan. And his sons do to him so as he commanded them. And his sons bear him away to the land of Canaan, and bury him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession of a burying place, from Ephron the Hittite, on the front of Mamre. And Joseph turneth back to Egypt, he and his brethren, and all who are going up with him to bury his father, after his burying his father. And the brethren of Joseph see that their father is dead, and say, Peradventure Joseph doth hate us, and doth certainly return to us all the evil which we did with him. And they give a charge for Joseph, saying, Thy father commanded before his death, saying, Thus ye do say to Joseph, I pray thee, bear, I pray thee, with the transgression of thy brethren and their sin, for they have done thee evil. And now bear, we pray thee, with the transgression of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph weepeth in their speaking unto him. And his brethren also go and fall before him, and say, Lo, we are to thee for servants. And Joseph saith unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? As for you, ye devised against me evil. God devised it for good, in order to do as at this day, to keep alive a numerous people. And now fear not, I do nourish you and your infants. And he comforteth them, and speaketh unto their heart. And Joseph dwelleth in Egypt, he and the house of his father. And Joseph liveth 110 years. And Joseph looketh on Ephraim's sons of the third generation. Sons also of Machir, son of Manasseh, have been born on the knees of Joseph. And Joseph saith unto his brethren, I am dying, and God doth certainly inspect you, and hath caused you to go up from this land, unto the land which he hath sworn to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph causeth the sons of Israel to swear, saying, God doth certainly inspect you, and ye have brought up my bones from this place. And Joseph dieth, a son of 110 years, and they embalm him, and he is put into a coffin in Egypt. The end of chapters 46 through 50, and the end of the book of Genesis, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. Recording by Mark Penfold.